Imagine 803 topiaries spread across Columbia for the area code. Why not? I did that in the city of Youngstown, Ohio, where I'm from. I put 330 topiaries across the city to match our area code. Why not put 803 topiaries around Columbia? I would say that would be pretty successful when that's accomplished. Hey, I'm Michael P. Gibson. I'm a topiary artist. I beautify properties artistically all around the country by creating unique sculptures out of trees and shrubs. I'm one of the only topiary artists in the country and the leading topiary artist in the field. I educate people from botanic gardens to art museums, from Seattle to Tampa. Topiary is just the art of trimming trees and shrubs into any type of shape. So you have the opportunity of making something really unique. My style is illusion topiary. I follow what I call the Gibson method. I do storytelling. It's based off of sacred geometry, Nawaki, which is a Japanese style of pruning, directional trimming when you're using a hedge trimmer. It's like brushing your hair. You want to get those waves, you're going to go in one direction, right? It's the same thing with shrubs. By including all those together, you're able to do illusion topiary. And what that is I'm able to hide things within. From one angle and perspective, it may look like hearts. From another, it may look like an embrace. Looks like people are hugging. And from another, it may look like seas. For Columbia. What sparked my interest in topiary actually came at a young age. I started when I was 7. My father's an artist, my mom's a beautician, 2 visionaries as parents, and they kind of showed me how to imagine things that weren't there. My father taught me how, at an early age, how to draw, and by 7, I was doing these perfect geometric shapes, and from there, I fell in love. I fell in love with the OCD-ness of it and the perfection of it, and wanted to get more creative. So by the time I got into my 20s, I got really creative, and I would say it was the hair. My father may have taught me a lot of the base fundamentals to sculpture and artistry and 2D design and 3D design, but it was my mother who taught me how to cut hair at 10, and that kind of sparked my interest to sketch out designs. I was always an artist. I would sketch out designs in hair, and then I would translate that into the shrubs, and that's what kind of got my start early on. My partnership and collaboration with the City of Columbia and Parks and Rec began about 3 years ago when I started beautifying Earlwood Park, where the admin building is. From there, I started doing workshops out at South Edisto Discovery Park, where we are today. About a couple years ago, I did a summer program teaching some of the people in the community about topiary and how they were able to sculpt trees and shrubs and use it as a therapeutic measure to help them heal and deal with the stress that's going on. But yeah, it started pretty cool, and I'm loving the collaboration that we're continuing on from years to come now. What we're doing here at South Edisto, I won an award last year by the American Public Garden Association, U.S. Botanic Garden, and the IDEA Center for Public Gardens, called the Sowing Excellence Award. And with that, I was awarded a proposal to build a therapeutic sensory garden, and I wanted it right here in this community at Edisto Discovery Park. And we're going to use this as a hub to be able to teach community members for free on not just topiary, but all things under horticulture. That's gardening. We're going to want to build an orchard. We're going to teach the community how to grow their own food. We're going to use this as an educational base for the city and Parks and Rec to teach others the beauty that you can get from horticulture. One of the coolest things that I don't believe a lot of people know about Columbia is, yes, there's a lot of parks, but there's actually only one park in the city of Columbia that has an abundance of topiary. That's Earlwood Park. Earlwood Park has the most topiary of any park in the entire state, right? So you have Pearl Friars Topiary Garden in Bishopville, South Carolina, where I once was the artist in resident during 21 and 22. I helped restore that park. Now that's a residential garden around his property, but an actual city property in the entire state, there's only one, and that's at Earlwood Park. Yeah. So it's pretty unique to Columbia that nobody else has. Imagine every greenway, every entryway into the city is beautified with not just really nice landscape, but how about topiary? Adding some artistic structures there, being able to have artwork spread across the city. One thing I noticed when I first moved here 4 years ago to Columbia was the amount of artists in this city. And I think we need to utilize that. There's a lot of artists doing various amounts of mediums, and we can have their artwork displayed all over the city by enhancing the greenways and the entryways, but also incorporating plants with that as well. I think there's a great mixture with art and nature that goes hand in hand, which really helps overall health and wellness. When people are coming into the city, they're going to immediately feel wanted. They're going to immediately feel that this is a nice, peaceful city just by the entryways and how they see all the beauty around. So I can see the greenways being beautified that way. Right now, I'm really focused on beautifying this country and making it a more peaceful, loving place.